Good evening, everybody. This is your girl, Laker Girl, and I am your host. And we have today my co-host, Angry Lakers Fan Media, and from 710 ESPN, Greg Bergman. Welcome.
Thanks. Welcome. Happy to do this. What's going on, guys?
I'm good. So how are you this evening?
I'm great. The day's over. I'm about to head out to Vegas, so I'm feeling really, really good right now. So I'm great. How about you? You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
I got something I want to bring up real quick.
Sure.
Cause I just noticed it right now, Greg. Uh, do you watch wrestling?
I don't. I want to watch too much of it. Yeah. Do I? Which one do I look like? What white guy with a beard do I look like?
You look just like L.A. Knight. I guarantee you, if you Google L.A. Knight,
L.A. Mike or L.A. Knight?
L.A. Knight, like Knight in the Castle.
Okay. All right.
L.A. Knight, you look just like him, man.
Yes,
I just noticed.
every white guy with a beard I look like. Chris Taylor, just name it. I see it. No, I see it. But he's a lot more jacked than I am.
All right, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to
it. So, Greg, let me get your thoughts on the Lakers.
All right. So, I mean, which aspect of the Lakers are we talking about? What they did last year?
So do you see Lakers moving anybody, or do you see the team staying the same?
So, I mean, as of right now, I think they're all staying the same. I think it came out a little bit earlier today, too, that because they missed out on a few there, that they're, who was it? It was Jovan Buha was putting out there that they're going to do all their due diligence, and they're just going to basically stay flat. Nothing's going to change. They're going to not really try and go after anybody because they missed out on so many people. And I think that's a little bit of the reason why it's a problem, where that they are still the same team that they were last season, just with Dalton Connect now, essentially.
Yeah, I honestly like Dalton Connect. I really hope he
Sure.
Can translate his game into the actual NBA season, because he could score. Like he's gonna. I'm sure he's probably gonna take some of the minutes that Torian Prince had. Um, they got like high hopes for the next four, so I hope he really shines, shows what he can do to get the opportunity, like how they did with Austin Reeves.
Yeah, man, I hope so. I mean, he so far in summer league, I get it's just summer league, but he has looked like he can play, and he's going to be hitting some threes. He can get to the bucket. He has some length. I know that JJ Redick said that he wanted him to work on his defense, because that's very, very important in this league. So, and he needs to work in there. But for the most part, he looks like he's going to be a player. Just, he's going to be a rookie on this team. So what he does in that time will be how many minutes and he gets. It'll be up to those guys. He has to really prove himself. But if he can take some of those minutes that Torian Prince was using, that would be much, much better.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You got something, like a girl? I can keep going.
Yes. My next question for you is, do you see Rajon Rondo and Jared Dudley being on the coaching staff
this coming season? No, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I would love to see Rondo on there. I think Dudley is going to stick with it with Jason Kidd in Dallas. But I would love to see Rondo on the staff, but I don't think that's what it's looking out to. I think their staff is pretty much set. They just signed, just made one more today. They got it's a Harding from
Sacramento. Lindsey Harding. Yeah,
Lindsey Harding just came over from Sacramento. That looks like a really good hire for them.
Yes,
I'm a big fan of G League Coach of the Year. Been with Jason Kidd and Frank Vogel and George Karl and a few other guys. So that seems like a good one, along with Greg St. Jean and with a few others. So yeah, that was Greg St. Jean. But either way, with Nate McMillan and Scotty Brooks that they brought in, it looks like it's going to be a good staff. But I don't think that Jared Dudley's going to leave, and it just doesn't look like Rondo at this point.
Yes. My next question to you is.
Go ahead.
My next question to you is, what is your thoughts on Rob Pelinka?
That is a very, very tough question there, Laker girl.
Be honest, man. Be honest. Be
Be
honest.
honest.
That's
You
all
can
I
say
am.
anything.
Yeah, that's all I am. I'm always going to be honest. I don't get paid, but this. I worry. I don't. I just wonder how much of a job he is actually able to do because he has LeBron James there, and with the LeBron James team, it is kind of up to being built around LeBron. So the people that you are able to bring in have to fit into that. It has to be a certain amount of money to fit into these caps. It's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So I don't know if we've actually seen the full effect of what Rob Pelinka can do. However, he got nothing done so far this season. I think it's going to say a lot what happens this season for his job because he is kind of on the hot seat. He did absolutely nothing at the trade deadline, saying that, okay, we're just going to hold all of our picks for the summer. And then they get into the summer and they got nothing. So if you didn't do anything to help your team at the trade deadline and you didn't do anything in the summer, what are we waiting for? Are you going to tell me that you're going to wait for the next trade deadline? So, I mean, I don't know what it seems like he has not done the greatest job, especially this summer or this year. I've not been too pleased.
Well, me personally, Greg, I would love to believe that he's in the hot seat. I mean, everything you said was right on point, and I'd have made a few videos giving my thoughts on it as well. I really believe that he should be publicly put in the hot seat. Because I didn't like the tweet he put out today. I don't know if you saw it, giving an excuse of why he struck out or he being patient and all that.
Yep.
I think the time for being patient is over. Like it's something. Like if everybody is moving along from you, I mean it's something. And
No,
I hope Jeannie can just look at it and just say, you know what? The same thing she did with her brother. Do that with Rob Pelinka.
it is pretty much the same thing. But let me ask you this though: like, what do you expect him to really actually do in this situation? Because he has LeBron. You have your LeBron took enough to just get you just underneath that second apron, which is extremely important. They got under it, but so you keep some picks and you keep a few things, but you can't really sign anybody. But even, I don't know how much you really expect him to go do at this point now. It's unless you have him go trade everybody, but then you're doing things around a guy that's going to be 40 years old this year, and he's going to you have to all these people that you're bringing around him. You're not building for the future. So if you're building for the future, I understand it. But if not, you have to move your picks. If you move your picks, you lose 29. It's 2029 pick, the 2031 pick, or the 2033 pick. Those are going to be good picks. You have to imagine the fact that LeBron isn't now. By the time LeBron retires in 3 years, so that's 27. That 29 pick, you would assume the Lakers are not going to be great. So that pick could be a lottery pick. So that's what other teams are banking on. So it's a valuable pick. So are you planning for the future now, or are you planning for the future later? It's a really tough spot for him to be in. I don't envy it at all, but he had to do something.
My thing is with that, and I'm with you with everything you said. I agree with everything you said. I mean, I was on record saying that we should have been building around Anthony Davis. Like instead of trying to cater to LeBron's trends, like you just said, he's about to be out in probably like 2 years max, maybe 3. We should have been building around Anthony Davis when we gave him that contract extension. Um, I don't know why we still catering to LeBron's play style. Is not working. Um, I don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you. Trust me, I am. I was all about making a change like 2 to 3 years ago. Like I still don't know why it's taking so long. Like I think another thing that set us back was that Russell Westbrook trade.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. That destroyed the franchise.
Yes, and still had to get rid of a first round pick just to trade him away.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah, having to put a first round pick to move a guy that you had to move picks and players for is it's a terrible spot to be in. It was so rough to make that because they were building. I mean, I know it stinks that you have to go back into that 2020 year. 2021, they were a good team. They were up 2-1 on Phoenix in the playoffs. Anthony Davis gets hurt. They end up losing that series and decide we have to move everything off of that. They move Kuzma, move KCP, moves Montrezl Harrell, which wasn't a big deal, but at the same time, all those moves made it so that you went backwards, and it was all because of the Westbrook trade. And you could have been in a completely different situation right now. And then there's bad moves all over the place. Holding on to THT and letting Alex Caruso walk, and then trading THT was an absolute mess.
Oh, don't remind me about Alex Caruso. I envy OKC, man.
They're doing it right.
They just got better. They just got better. I said before they're gonna be better with AC than he was with Josh Giddey, in my opinion.
No, totally. That team is much, much better than they were even last year when they were the first overall seed. So
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be tough. Let me go back to the coaching staff.
Sure.
What you said earlier. How do you feel about, and you can say what you want. This is your opinion. How do you feel about I believe it's making history with the Lakers having a woman coach on the sidelines. What was your reaction when you first seen the news?
I thought it was great. I thought this is absolutely the right thing to do. I mean, look, no matter what, I don't really care if she's a man or a woman. The fact is that she is a good coach. She has ties to JJ Redick. They've worked together in Philadelphia. They went to Duke. They know each other from Duke. She was the number 1 overall pick in the WNBA. Had I think a 9-year career in the WNBA. She knows basketball, and she was the G League Coach of the Year. So she also went out and she tried to get the Charlotte Hornets gig, I believe it was. So she is looking to be a coach, looking to be a head coach. I don't care what gender you are. If you know how to coach basketball, I want you on this team. And we've seen it happen plenty of times at other places. No matter what, if she is a good coach, I'm happy that she's on the staff. It seems like a really good hire, and it's an experienced hire to go along with 2 former head coaches and another experienced assistant coach. So that I think JJ is building a good staff.
Excellent staff. I mean, I'm just like you. I don't care what the gender is. If you can coach, you can coach.
Yep.
I'm on record for saying that I really wanted Becky Hammond as head coach at one point.
Sure.
But it didn't happen. But
yeah, Becky, it's tough with that. Like, yes, Becky deserves a job. She's doing a great job in the WNBA. People are like, it's going to take a long time for people to accept a female head coach, a full-time head coach. I think it'll happen one day. It has to be in the right franchise with the right infrastructure around it and a really strong infrastructure around it. I don't think this is that place as of right now. Someone will do
I
it.
think, I really think Becky Hammond. If we was to get like a Becky Hammond type head coach, I think it'd have to be when LeBron James is no longer there.
Yeah. Agreed. Hey, look, Lindsay may end up being that person. Like, Lindsay may end up doing such a great job on this staff that she goes and next year she gets a head coaching job when somebody else gets fired. I mean, it's very, very possible.
Oh yeah, it's like a revolving door with coaches nowadays. It don't matter if you win or lose; you have a chance to get fired.
Yeah.
But Laker girl, just she over there, being her. I wonder if she got some stuff to ask you. I mean, I don't want to take up the whole show. Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever
Do you
you
mind
got.
if we switch? Will you mind if we switch over to doctors talk for a second?
Sure.
Go ahead.
What is your thoughts on Dodgers this season?
The Dodgers are in a rough spot right now. They're in a rough patch right now. They are just completely beat up. They have their whole entire pitching staff is basically knocked out right now. Hopefully, I think Tyler Glasnow is supposed to come back maybe by this Saturday, but either way, everybody's on the IL, everybody's hurt. Mookie's hurt, Muncie's hurt, their pitching staff is hurt. They're just they made it to the All-Star break. That was all I wanted, was to just get to the All-Star break, because I think they lost something like 5 of their last 6 games. But they're still top 4 in all of baseball. I think they still have the second best record in the National League. They're leading the NL West by 7 games, despite all of this poor play of the last month. So they'll be fine. They gotta get healthy, and they gotta get healthy by mid to late August. And if they can be healthy and in the postseason, I still think that this is the team to beat in Major League Baseball. World Series favorites for me still.
I just can't wait till Mookie Betts comes back.
No, me too. Hopefully, they're hoping by the middle of August is what the hope is. Apparently, he's picked up a bat, so that's a good thing.
Yes, I watched the home run derby last night, and I was excited for Hernandez winning as a Dodger. That was a great moment.
Oh yeah, no, seeing Teo was fantastic last night. That was so exciting, and the fact that he was the very first Dodger ever to do it, I think that was really, really cool. But otherwise, yeah, Teo was great, and it was exciting. I actually enjoyed the home run derby. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I enjoy it.
Yeah. We
have a couple of questions for you from the chat, if you don't mind answering them.
Sure, not a problem.
We'll go with Lewis. Lewis asks, who do you think will be the next GM if Rob is let go?
Man, it's going to be tough, especially getting out an actual name is going to be tough. I would love to see them go after a guy like Sam Presti and what he did in Oklahoma City, but I just don't believe that Presti would ever come here. He completely changed that franchise. He did it the right way, but I don't think you can. What he did in Oklahoma City, I don't think you can do here in LA, just because it's so much like John Ireland, who you had on before. He says it's a star-driven town. So with that, I don't think the fan base will be willing to trade everybody away to be terrible for 3 years with a whole bunch of draft picks and allow Sam Presti to do it again. But I would love to see him because he knows what he's doing. Troy Weaver is another guy that I think would be a great hire, whether he would come here as another part. And Masai Ujiri up in Toronto, he's an excellent GM. But again, whether or not they would be willing to come here and work for Jeannie and for this Laker organization, I think that's always going to be up in the air. But if they get somebody, it should be a big name that knows what they're doing, experienced.
Yes. Our next question comes from Big Baby Jonathan Sports. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite moment at ESPN 17 LA?
Oh man, there's been a ton of my favorite moments. I've been there since 2016, so that's 8 years of experience. There's a whole bunch of things, like the Mandy Awards is one of the greatest things I've ever been a part of. I love we had just on this last Friday, we had our 3rd annual softball game, and that's a ton of fun. We did a pickleball last year. That was fun. But I think my favorite moment, just thinking about it, I think it was 2 years ago, I think we did remember that viral challenge where people were putting water in their mouth and then taking a tortilla and slapping the other person across the face with the tortilla? We did that in the studio, and I slapped Steve Mason, with a tortilla as hard as I could. And it was just it was really, really funny. I let out so much anger that I've had towards him, and I just that one slap of the tortilla, and it just made me laugh so hard. I spit out all my water, and I wasn't even the one being slapped. So I thought that was a very funny moment for me.
Another question comes from favorite moment from All-Star Softball Friday.
I think the home runs. Are you talking about this last Friday? I think there was so many. If you want to be honest, the fact that I got booed like no other. I was getting booed so hard the entire game, all around the outfield, all like the Circle of Trust, which is a community of listeners. They were very much going hard after me. I thought that was great, but also there was a ton of home runs. Beto hit a big home run. It was just a fun night all the way around, and just hanging out with people and hanging out with the listeners. It was great. I saw people I see Hooper, that was from Hooper's X. Hooper's was there. He's a really cool dude, comes out to all these events. So yeah, it was just a blast.
We have another one from what do you think about the Los Angeles Sparks season so far, and do you think they can make the playoffs?
I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as I'm blanking on her name right now, from Stanford, which got hurt.
Talking about Cameron Brink.
Cameron Brink. When Cameron Brink went down, I was so disappointed. So I mean, I haven't watched a ton of it. Could they make the playoffs? Last time I saw, they were in second to last place. So I don't think so. And it's actually a kind of a good thing. Just kind of let this year go. Get Cameron Brink back next year. Get a very high draft pick. Try and bring in like somebody like Paige Beckers from UConn, and just have a nice, long, strong run in the WNBA. So I don't know if they can make the playoffs. I haven't watched it closely enough to give you a real answer, but I would say go after a high draft pick for this year.
That would be nice.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We have a question from DJ. His name is Lakers in 5. Who do you think is going to be the rookie of the year? Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese?
I think people are going to give it to Caitlin Clark because it's Caitlin Clark. But for the most, like, Angel Reese has had a tremendous year. She has been one of the best players on the court, doing things that nobody else has done in the WNBA. She had a huge long streak of double doubles that nobody else has had before. I think Caitlin has been somebody that teams build themselves around and make sure that they can stop her, and she's gotten better as their year has gone on. It's kind of like, remember that year? What was it? It was 2003 when you had LeBron and Carmelo, and they were both going for that rookie of the year. Carmelo actually made it into the playoffs, and LeBron didn't. But because it was LeBron James, LeBron got the rookie of the year, even though Carmelo probably had the better year because of leading his team into the playoffs. I think it's going to be a lot like that, and it's going to go to Caitlin because it's Caitlin. But I think Angel probably is having the better year overall.
Yes. There's another question. Any interest in going to the Sparks versus Angel Reese in the Chicago side sweet game on August 17th? It's a day game at 2 p.m.
Yeah, day game at 2 p.m. doesn't work for me. I'm on Mason and Ireland from 1 to 4. So sorry, Hooper. That's a game that I cannot get to. That'd be fun to go to. You should go. You should get a whole bunch. All the people in the COT. There's a bunch of them that could probably make it out to that. That'd be a great game to go to. We should actually probably send somebody over there for that game. That'd be a lot of fun.
I have a bonus question for you. Who is your favorite Laker that you have interviewed ever since you've been at ESPN 710?
So I don't get to do a lot of the interviewing, but of the Lakers that I've heard interviewed, I think, is it of all time from at any point in time?
Mm-hmm.
But
current or past.
I think, past, it was Shaq. Shaq was amazing. Shaq actually came into studio, and he is gigantic. And let me tell you what, that guy's like 7 foot something, but he was just, you look him, you're looking up, like you have to bend your neck to look up at that dude. And he was just so engaging and just a really nice guy. It was nice. Like he was, and just was a good, fun interview. So Shaq by far.
I love Shaq. I grew up a huge Shaq fan. I was real happy when he became a Laker. I was jumping for joy as a little kid when he became a Laker, man. Shout out to Shaq.
Shout out to Shaq.
Yep, shout out.
Star Vision, my mom asks, will we see a 1987-1988 team again for the Lakers?
Oh man, that's you're talking about going. Those are some good teams back then. You say that was your mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Mama Portia. Well, yeah,
her name is Star.
What was it?
Star.
Okay. Hey, hi, Star. How are you? Yeah, look, if you can get a team like that, I don't know if you can build a team like that anymore. The closest team like that would be, the Warriors, probably back when was that like around 2016 to 2020, those teams when they had the Splash Brothers, and now Clay's not there anymore, but just the run and gun style that everybody was moving. Like there's not a player like Magic Johnson anymore to build a team like that, and another big that goes along with him, like Kareem. And being able to have James Worthy and Michael Thompson and Byron Scott and all of those amazing players that are on a team, I don't think you can even build a team like that anymore, but that'd be great. That'd be great. What is the
I think a Magic Johnson type point guard would thrive in this era. They have so many shooters to pass to.
Would you think that Luka is like Magic? Is the closest thing to Magic? With a better shot?
Tell you the truth, I actually always thought that LeBron was one of the closest to Magic, just more of athletic.
I can see it. I think the pass. He's a great passer, obviously, but with the style of passing and using all the flair with it, I feel like Luka's the closest thing for me, at least.
Yeah, Luka is there. I just wish he did pass the ball more. He's gonna have to having Klay Thompson now.
Yep, and also Kyrie.
Yeah, also Kyrie. Prayers up to Kyrie. He just had surgery on his hand. Got that news today. But
so what does the wrench mean?
The wrench means, so if you support my page and support me, I give you a wrench.
Okay.
And all basically the wrench is to basically moderate the channel.
They can moderate the comments and everything.
Oh, okay, that's great. Got a bunch of people with some wrenches in there. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah, we can give you a wrench too, Greg, if you come by. Yes.
Just let me know when you want me back. I'm always happy to do it.
Yeah. And Greg,
sure.
I just want to thank you for taking my call during sports graffiti, even though sometimes I could be a little nervous.
It's okay. Just don't be nervous. Just say whatever you feel. Like that's the whole point of sports graffiti. So I think you're doing great. I'm
looking forward to doing one with Ramona Shelburne, Michael Thompson, and having Steve Mace on.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. I know that Mason said that he's going to be coming on soon, and that'd be great. Get in touch with him.
Angry, any final words before we end this interview?
Yes, I do have some final words.
We have one last question from the chat.
Sure.
How is ESPN dealing with low views because there are viewers have gone on the social media for news?
I'm not sure what you're getting to with that, but I think we're doing exactly what we're supposed. Are you talking about the ESPN radio or big ESPN like ESPN TV and big ESPN radio? Because it's all different. So ESPN National is outside of New York and Bristol. Mm-hmm. I work at ESPN Los Angeles, and our views are doing very, very well. Okay, he says TV. So TV is a totally different entity than what I deal with. TV is like I'm in the radio side. I work for the local radio side and local ESPN. So our views are doing very well, and we actually push people to YouTube. We actually would love for people to watch our YouTube. Obviously, we want you to listen on terrestrial radio and on our app, which is a wonderful thing. Actually, by the way, the ESPN LA app is, if you don't have it, you should have it, because coming up this fall, you're going to get Lakers, the Los Angeles Kings, the Rams, USC football, USC men's basketball, USC's men's baseball, LAFC or women's basketball, LAFC, and Angels. So all of that is going to be in one place on the ESPN LA app. So if you want that, that's a great place to go. But I think our views are doing great, and so is our YouTube channel. So we are trending upwards.
You see how I'm treated over here, Greg? She has to go have any last words. You just skip right over me.
What you got? Let me know.
Go ahead, Angry.
She said, "You have any last words?" Psych, we have a question. Well, I'm gonna just say this. Shout out to Laker Girl for getting this done, and shout out to Greg for agreeing to take time out of his busy day. In case y'all didn't hear me, I did call him LA Knight. He looked just like LA Knight to me. All you WWE fans out there.
Just a little bit bigger and the white dude with the beard.
Basically, man, I just want to say thank you. I mean, because like I said, man, you could have been anywhere else in the world right now. You chose to be here. So I really appreciate you being here, bro.
Yeah, happy to be here, and thank you very much just for asking to do it. I'm always willing to do it. Just hit me up whenever you want, Portia. Happy to jump on every once in a while. So thanks again, and it was a lot of fun. Hopefully, you got what you were looking for out of this. But again, I had a blast. So thanks.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, man, and be sure to have a safe trip.
Thank you. I'm going to lose a lot of money tonight and tomorrow. Probably a little bit more too.
All right, Laker girl, you gonna close us out?
Yes, I appreciate everybody for coming through. You guys make sure you guys keep up with Greg on Instagram, on Twitter. Greg, you could go ahead and give out your Twitter handle if they want to follow you.
Sure, it's at @corporate_Greg, and it's the same on Instagram as well. So at @corporate_Greg.
And if you guys want to tune in, he is one of the partners on ESPN LA with John Ireland and Steve Mace from 1 to 4 p.m. And they have sports graffiti talk every day at 2 p.m. You guys can call in and talk any talk.
Yep, that's absolutely
As
right.
always, this is your girl, Laker Girl. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for everybody in the comments for supporting my channel. This is your girl, Laker Girl. Have a blessed day. I'm out.
Peace out.
See you.